Welcome back, everybody, to the Couple of Loose Screws podcast, starring NJIT Highlander Racing. A big shout out to WJTB Radio, as always, NJIT and the Newark College of Engineering for supporting our team and helping us put this podcast together. WJTB, as always, incredible people. If you are interested in a student organization for radio and sound and DJing, these are pretty much the guys and ladies, but
and
like
non-binary.
the fellas.
Inclusion. All the
Good
peoples.
stuff, bro. Good stuff.
Yeah, all the peoples. But to me, guys and fellas is kind of like
That's
inclusive.
Umbrella
Yeah.
term, yeah.
Yeah, umbrella term. That's a good way
Guys
to
is
put it.
gender neutral.
Like y'all, fellas and y'all.
Yeah. Howdy, y'all.
Yeah, like
That's
first
a
everyone.
nice car. So welcome back
talked about
for
this earlier.
episode 5. I am once again Matthew Dono. Thanks for joining us. Today we have introducing.
What's up? My name is Jeremy. I'm the ergo lead for Baja.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah, I was
You've
here like
been
one
here
episode, but
before.
it was a little while ago, so yeah.
We have a new face today, correct?
No, it's my second time here.
Oh, it is? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it is,
Like
it
we were
is.
just saying, we've been doing this for
forgettable
too
man
long
over
now.
here.
Well, my name is Brian, CFO
Finance.
and I guess treasurer. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, he does a lot of
Some-
businessy stuff.
Is
On
there
the
anything else?
Baja team.
On the Baja team.
Just like saying hello,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome back. Good to see you guys.
Can you see me through that camera? There you go. That works. And I'm Justin Polanco. I'm the president of SAE. I'm on a lot of sub-teams to do as much as I can to help out
All right, to
everyone.
be fair, he got a promotion to the last podcast, I believe.
I did get a
He's going
promotion
up
to
in
the
the
last
world.
podcast.
Going up in the world.
He is part of every sub team
Yeah.
and no sub
He
team.
now runs all. He's now all our bosses.
My position on Baja, I've concluded, is vulture.
I love it, bro. We talked about this the other day.
Vulture.
Yeah.
I just take up what no one else wants to
You're
do.
for real though.
Mm.
Or like, who wants to do this? Oh, Justin's like, oh, I'll take it. I'll do it. And I'm like, damn, respect, bro.
Before we get a little carried away with anything else, we also have our incredible director here.
What's up, Shawn?
Here. Oh, hey, guys.
There he is.
Sean.
Does this zoom?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
I don't know. It's pretty. There you go. Zoom out.
There
Whoa,
you
whoa.
Ooh.
Hello, big
That's
man.
hot.
What's up?
I have no idea what that angle is, but
You
Nah,
see
bro,
it.
you look
Don't worry
great. You
about
look
it.
good.
It
It's
was
all good.
a
It was gorgeous.
fantastic angle, don't worry.
yeah,
Thank you again for helping put this together.
of course.
And I hope you're excited to record another episode.
Always, man.
Yeah,
Always.
it's always a good time.
Glad
Yeah.
to be here.
And today we aren't recording this as late as usual. Usually I give a massive thank you to whoever wants to sit with us late on a Friday night. And a thank you is still in order, because we do appreciate, even though it is only 8 o'clock right now, that there are people in the other room hanging out, letting us into their studio and, record all of this, have a good time as we do. So we just came back. This was the first week since spring break. St. Patty's Day.
Break. Woo.
Felt like a long week. Jesus Christ.
Must
Yeah.
be nice.
Tell me
Yeah.
about it, bro. It
No,
was a
for
real
real.
long week. So what did you guys get up to during it?
Well, I was just working during spring break. I mean, but it's just how it is. What's up? You good?
Well, I wasn't going to try to interrupt the conversation,
Oh, no,
but does
yeah.
anybody need their headset up or down? I noticed 2 and 3 are pretty low.
Yeah, could you
Mine
increase
sounds
mine? I don't know.
You're on 5. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, good stuff.
Uh,
Well, yeah, I was just mentioning that I am working now. So, I just started the
Nice.
job. Actually, I don't know how far we can get into personal development.
please,
But
please.
I just started a new job in
you don't need
January.
to
Congratulations.
give a company
Hold
name
on.
or
No,
anything.
yeah, I'm not gonna give any of that. Just basically, I started a new job. Enjoying it so far. Basically, just a lot of CAD, which is it's fine. And I was just working over spring break, which is it's a good thing. Just getting busy and everything like that because I like to stay busy. But that's basically it. And that was here on Saturday, I believe, for Baja. We were doing some stuff. We got some actual progress done, which is great. But yeah, that wasn't nothing else much. Spring break passed pretty quickly, to be honest.
Yeah.
You blink and it kind of oh, here I am again. On a Monday,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, here I am again.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always good to see you guys. So it's not too bad, going back to
Aw.
school. Oh, of course. Of
That's
course.
what the Saturday meetings are for.
Exactly. I'm there. I'm like, I don't want to work. I'm like, I want to see Matt. That's what I want to see. And you weren't there that Saturday.
Yeah, sorry about
terrible.
You were
that.
here this past Saturday?
He wasn't
No, St.
crazy.
Patrick's Day, my mom's white and all
What
that.
did you do on this?
So what'd you do for St. Patty's Day
What
then?
did you do?
If you
We
did it, it's
had, big pot on the stove for hours and hours with 3 cuts of corned beef, a bunch
Oh,
of
nice.
cabbage, and 6 beers, as you do.
Classic, as you do on St. Patty's Day.
Classic,
As you
yeah.
do on St. Patty's Day.
We were expecting 20 people at my parents' house. It ended up being smaller than that. Thankfully, it was a nice group, pretty close, good time. Didn't get up to too much drinking. You know, surprising for St. Patty's Day.
Failing the Irish.
Oh, we would have
You've
taken
been
care
to
of
my
that, bro.
parents'
We would have
house.
taken care of that.
You
bro.
know the boys are always welcome.
Exactly.
Living down on the Jersey Shore is not half bad.
Damn, I should have just gone down to Matt's house on Saturday. I should have not shown up to the meeting. We're like, nah.
Absolutely.
Like, where you at? I'm with Matt, bro. Down to the shore.
That would have been a great
Not
time.
for real, though.
Working
No,
remote
some of the
today.
time.
Working remote.
Log and be like, do my work, Gino, my sub-team leading training. You got this. And just like leave. That's it.
We should have
Pretty
a Baja
much.
meeting at Matt's house one day. And just all go down there. Have
Yeah,
a
but
Baja
it won't
meeting.
really be a work meeting. Really getting work
No,
done.
it's got to be one over the summer.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
Hey, the
Oh, like I
doors
said,
the door's always open.
Nice.
For real. You know Italians. How about you guys? Spring break?
I didn't do anything much. I was just catching up on work, and that was
Nice.
pretty much it. I wasn't here for Saturday as well. I went to Rochester to pick up some stuff that was just there, my friend's place, and that was pretty much it.
Now that I think about it, I know why you didn't do much spring break.
Why?
Because you went 2 weeks during school to Europe.
This was his makeup time, bro. He
I
needed
mean,
to do this.
There wasn't much to do because I looked around to like see if there's like trips that we could make, but it was just too pricey to like fly or do anything crazy.
No, yeah, I mean, like, and a week passes by pretty quick, honestly.
Yeah, it
So
does,
it's
it
like,
does.
you know, if you haven't, like, planned it beforehand, it's like, you're going to start
Yeah.
planning on the day of.
Spring break does come pretty quick, and then if you
Yeah.
don't plan ahead, like
Yeah, it's like, you know,
it's too
what else
late
you
to
gonna do
plan
at that
like
point,
on
yeah.
top. So
Definitely.
it was much more of a just chilling out on this
Yeah.
spring break than.
Which is also good, you know, to have a
last
little
ones.
break from having to go to school, like,
Yeah.
your classes all the
It
time.
is
That's always
crazy
good.
though, but I think this is my last spring break. I think me and Sean's our last spring break.
damn.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
So
That's
it
true.
was that kind of. It was like I had that feeling. I was like, damn, I'm not doing anything.
It's probably more of the whole, like, well, this is it. This is
I'm
the
gonna
end of it.
graduate and then go out to like Mexico and like party as if it was my spring
After
break.
you already went to Europe.
Hey, I'm still in college.
I think I asked you this before, but do you plan on doing like a master's or anything? Or do you just want to go?
I do want to do an MBA, not a master's in engineering. At least not for now. But I do want to do an MBA.
So you figure
Yeah.
that you work first for a little while and see if you want to get started on kind of
Yeah,
the
because
next
I think a master's would make you too good at a specific topic, and then it's hard to decide where you want to work or get a
Oh,
job
gotcha,
where in the
gotcha.
area you want. So I want to kind of like figure out where it would be best,
Mm.
and then once I do have that job in that area that I do find interest in, you know, get better at that and do a master's around that.
Mm.
Huh? Okay, sounds
That
good.
even happens with experience. I started a new job, and one of the guys that I was working with in the milling department was graduated from NJIT 3 years ago.
Oh, for real?
Started at this company. He's been there for 3 years. He's now a machinist in the milling department, and he's been searching for other jobs. You know, he wants to use his engineering degree and kind of get into design work now that he has some manufacturing experience and can kind of weigh into things like that. And most companies that reach back out to him after he sends in a resume will tell him, hey, look, you have a nice resume, you have a degree, but we think that you would be better fit in our manufacturing department.
Mhm.
And he has to hit them back like, I didn't apply for a manufacturing job. If I want to be in manufacturing, I will stay where I am.
Mhm.
I'm applying for a design job. And even with just a couple of years experience and not having the title of engineer, he's having a hard time, even though he has the same degrees that, you know, we're all going for.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, that's specifically why I kind of don't want to work into a master's right now, right? Because
Certainly.
every college has different masters for like different majors,
Mm.
and it's very specific to college. So if I'm at NJIT and I decide to do a master's here just for the sake of it, and then I get a job with it, then it's like I'm really stuck in that industry for like the rest of my life, essentially. So
Yeah.
it's hard to move out of that once you do a master's and you're like in that deep.
Mm.
So yeah.
Like all of us with our degrees. I'm like, oh, I went halfway through the credits. I guess I gotta keep going now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Check the degree works, and I'm like, oh no, I guess I better finish the degree
It's
now.
like
Yeah.
88% progress for the
Yeah,
last
and
3
it's like,
semesters.
Damn.
I've heard, I've heard stories about that where people are like 90% their degree and they're like, no, change it, and they change it to something completely
That's
different.
insane.
Damn.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think if I'm that far, I'd definitely be like, just finish at this
No, I
point.
think my first semester was like an EOP kid or something
Mm.
that was like 2 years in or 2.5 years in, and he just kind of just quit. He was just like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
done, and like just got out of school, didn't even change, he just dipped.
Realistically, we are blessed to be going to a school like NJIT for as cheap as it is and as much financial aid as we can receive, scholarship and the like, that if you want to be, not necessarily even want to be in school, if as long as you give yourself the right amount of time to figure it out, you can change.
Yeah.
You can go back on it and disregard it. Most students going to NJIT that I talk to don't have more than, $15,000 in loans for a degree. Yeah. And of course, there are students that come here and get no financial aid and no scholarship, and they're paying completely out of pocket. But that's not the large majority at NJIT.
I think I remember talking to you about this beforehand. One of the big reasons I went here was because of the financial aid. When you don't have the money to go somewhere, it's really helpful to know that they're really trying their best to help you out with giving you the money for an education. So it was one of the main reasons I went here, and I don't regret it so far. It's been great. I think I met great people. The classes are great. Definitely hard, but that's nothing worth doing is hard. So it's nothing worth doing. Wait, no, I said the other way around. Anything worth doing is hard work anyway. So that's the one. Yeah. So it's fine. As much as they complain about the degree.
Yeah. As much as we have beef
every
with
day,
NJIT.
but it's still good.
Yeah. Yeah. As much as we do have issues with faculty, staff, and professors and all the stuff that the way the NJIT works, I don't regret going to NJIT.
We're getting
even though NJIT was not my first choice, it was more a smart decision because financially financial aid really helped me out, and I was like, oh, you know what, this is the best decision to make for my life.
And it's worked out so far.
Yeah,
you've got a pretty good.
That's my
job.
point. I still had offers, and I was able to get experiences in compete head to head with top schools essentially for jobs. So I think it just goes down to the amount of effort you do put into your degree, and how much you take out of your classes. If you make the most out of it, I think you're just as capable as any other student in a top school.
Yeah. So we're getting a high quality degree for what it's worth.
Exactly.
Justin, how was your spring break, man?
The goal for spring break was to do a lot of schoolwork, and then Monday came and I slept in, and Tuesday came and I slept in.
Damn.
And then Wednesday was my birthday.
Oh shit!
Why didn't I know that?
Happy birthday, bro.
Oh, 22.
Dang.
You're older than us. I keep forgetting that.
What do you mean? I'm 22.
Yeah,
I mean,
your
I turned-
birthday's this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Dang, happy birthday, Justin.
Crazy, bro. We haven't.
I
gone
did
out.
not just say that for attention. I totally did.
Yeah, bro.
No,
This is the
but,
first
like,
time
I didn't know,
bro.
Yeah,
We
we
didn't know.
You kept that pretty hush hush. I thought Victoria would have spilt the beans.
Yeah, I thought.
It wasn't that the Baja birthday
That's what
thing
that's
for,
what it was
so
all
everyone
about,
knows.
yeah.
Apparently,
Fill that out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
We still could
Regardless.
talk about it in the podcast.
Mostly because it was. And that's exactly why I did it. No, it was mostly because it was spring break, so it's not like we could do anything grandiose.
Most
Could
of us
have gone down
were
to
around.
Nats.
We could have went to McGovern's at least on the Friday. I mean,
True,
I
true.
wasn't around on the Friday.
Were
but-
you down in Trenton?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were at
Oh,
family.
got you. You weren't here. Fair.
But yeah, it was pretty much sleep, catching up on at least doing nothing, because there are times where we do so much that a moment of nothing is bliss.
It felt strange not being super busy. I was there just sitting at home, after work, I had to go back home. And I'm like, damn, I'm home early. It's so early.
Yeah.
I'm not used to being
After
here
work,
this
you
early.
go home instead
Exactly.
of
And
going
it's
back out to
ugh.
class or
It's
back
it's
to
a little
work.
weird.
I think
saw my
we
parents.
talked
I was like,
about
oh, wild. You don't see them. You should go home and they're already asleep.
It's oh my god, sister, you grew up so much.
It's you guys exist. Wow. I forget all. It's funny as hell. Yeah, what are you gonna say? Sorry.
Me and Matt talked about that. I don't remember when. It must have been a while ago. That school, on top of everything else, takes so much of our time. If we just had a job, we would work and then come home at 3 or 5 to do something else that we enjoy. But school, it's you work, and then I have a 6 to 10, and then I have homework.
Yeah.
And then this and that is just it's
To
so
be
much.
fair, though, since I took off the last 6 months, it's a definitely drastic difference to the school life. But I did miss it. I did miss being on campus, being around people that are interested in the same projects and things like that, rather than just hanging out with
that was
older
my
people.
question. Did you miss classes
I was about to bring that
and
up,
the
honestly.
crazy schedule and having to take work home? Or did you just miss being around people your age and being around
So-
that you get
people
along
that
with, you get to have fun
little-
with, you
right.
can just
So it's a little bit of both there. It's the class experience of learning something on a daily basis is something you don't get anywhere else at any other time in your life.
naturally.
So once you hit that job life, it's really the 9 to 5. You're doing the same thing essentially for your rest of your life. So you're not really growing mentally, or you're just gonna be the same thing every day from now on. I think while you're in college, you're still in class, working towards something, and when you're in a job, you're just working for that paycheck at the end of the week. So it's like there's no real like it's like, oh, what's my purpose now? Like, you know, I've got where I wanted to be, kind of thing. And then on the second end is, you know, being with the friends and all that stuff. But I think it's being around people that are working towards an interest and like working on stuff, not just hanging out, but like, you know, working on Baja, for example, you know.
Certainly.
And like solving problems and like getting things done and having fun along the way. Because I think even in work, like, you know, you meet colleagues, make friends at work. And
Yeah, I mean, like, doing
still have
work
fun.
with someone you enjoy being with is way easier than doing work with someone you know, just kind of know, like, casually. Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, anything's more enjoyable when you're doing it with someone you know very well, like, and you're friends with.
And then on top of that, I think working from 9 to 5, you lose, like, half your day. Like, well, you get home tired. And it's like,
It's
oh,
a pretty big
I
chunk
might
of
go to
the
the
day.
gym, and then I might just come back and, I guess,
dinner,
watch a
go to
show. Or,
sleep.
yeah, like, you know, it comes down to that. Just meal prep, work, maybe go to the gym or do something different, and then go out, like, on a weekend day, and that's pretty much it, you know. So I definitely did miss the college environment. I think it's very different from what we will be experiencing in the future.
Yeah, there's no late night trips to Checkers.
Are you
Yeah.
hungry? Literally,
Are
late
you
night
hungry?
trips to
But
everything.
why can't there be?
There could.
That's not to bring up. You could always
That's
try
my
to kind of
question.
maintain it. You know, it's like, yeah.
It'd be like a Saturday or something though. Not
Yeah.
like the day before. Like
Well,
Monday or something. Nah.
If you're going into work at 7 a.m., your middle of the night trips are now 10 or 11 p.m. Of course, if you're waking up for class at 11:30 and then in class until 10, your schedule is just
It
displaced
shifts.
by
It shifts. So
5
that's true. Yeah,
hours,
that's
you
true.
know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also because I always say that college is like time times 3. You experience things a lot quicker than you would in
It's like
real
the
life.
1 week of spring break.
Yeah.
It's so quickly, like, everything.
You can meet someone Monday, and that could become your best man in your wedding by Friday
Yeah, for real.
sure.
Yeah.
because of how often you interact with that person. At work, I feel like it's something
Yeah.
completely different.
I mean, it's just a different level. Like when you when it's at work. So it's like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see how time passed with our Baja work. Like, it feels like it was yesterday when we, like, I was talking to Matt earlier. He was there. That we made that schedule on the board. And I mean, I think we got maybe 2 weeks worth of work done over the last 6 weeks. Like, but it felt like it was 2 weeks ago. Like, I think time just flies like so quick.
That was you mentioning too, like, you know, when you have like one class a week or you meet one time a week that you do
Yeah,
most of the work,
like
it's like it's
one-
not as much time as you think.
Yeah.
And then you're like, before you know, you're 3 weeks in, you're 4 weeks in, you're like, what the hell is
yeah,
passed?
school
Yeah,
ends
does
in
happen.
4 weeks.
Exactly.
See, that is wild.
That's exactly
Like,
what
it's hard to believe.
And I think that's also a symptom of the crazy schedule that we go through.
Oh, for sure. Like,
For
it's
sure.
yeah.
You have 2 classes in the morning, and you have a class at 6 p.m., and you kind of sit around for 5 hours in between. And, like, what do you really get up to, and what are you doing? Does your brain just kind of walk? Like, do you just go through the paces? You know what I mean?
And for example, like you and me, like a couple of us are working right now, right? So now it's like work,
Yeah.
school, homework, time with your friends if you want to have it. Like, you know, Baja. So now it's everything all
School,
together.
work,
Homework.
Baja,
And everything.
homework.
Baja work. It's like, so, like, oh my God, it's too much stuff. I'm like, Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
And on
True.
top of all of that, you have to be mentally stable.
That one's been out the
haven't been
window a long time
mentally
ago.
stable in a
Out the
long
window a
time,
long time
brother.
ago, man.
No, sir.
Well,
Not this guy.
You got to be able to wake up, go to bed on time. You got to work out if you want a nice, physique. You got to eat right, be healthy.
You know, it's like, damn. Yeah, it's all effort now.
Speaking of, I haven't eaten today.
Jesus,
My stomach is
man.
growling right now.
I got ice
He's
cream.
got the ice cream.
Here, let me just.
I got spoons, bro. Do you?
Oh, you got spoons too? I thought
Yeah,
you
Just
one
pocket,
spoon.
you just pulled the spoon out of his pocket. It was like the whole time he just had one.
Yo, you could be the big spoon.
I'll lick your
Ooh.
spoon. Wait, what?
So, Shawn, how was your break?
So what's up, bro?
Here, let me just.
Turn that around. Yeah, there you go.
No, it's not. She's a
Nah,
little
nah,
pimp.
Shawn,
That's
what's up?
fine.
What's up? Talk, talk.
Man.
What do you mean?
Yo, so what's up with you?
Well, my break was pretty much. I went to work for 3 days, three of the days,
Mhm.
and then the other 2 I was just at home. I played some video games.
Nice. What were you playing?
So I've been going through Ghost of Tsushima.
What was that?
I've been going through Ghost of Tsushima, the
Okay.
PlayStation game.
Good game. Good game.
Right.
So good.
Of course, Brian's into it. You're literally wearing,
Wearing the
PlayStation
PlayStation
hoodie.
hoodie anyway.
Wait, do I have my PlayStation socks on? No. I
Bro.
Dang.
I played.
So cute, young
My
guys. We're
brother
matching.
has that game. It's a pretty good game. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's last year's game, I think.
I think
Game
it's
of
like
the
a
year or
couple
something
years.
like that. It's a pretty good
Oh,
game.
really?
Pretty good
Interesting.
game.
Yeah, I don't really buy games like brand new, I wait for it to be $20. At least like at least $20.
That's valid. I think
But
that's why I
like-
bought The Witcher, and it still took me like 5 years to finish.
No,
Yeah.
but that's fair.
I paid $60 for The Witcher 3. I have 4 hours on it.
Dude,
And that game is like 6 years old now.
dude,
Isn't that crazy?
5 years to like finish the
Listen.
game. It was like.
Not even that. I just haven't been able to sit down and play a
Like,
game.
I swear to God, I started the game like 1 year, played for like maybe a few weeks, hours and
Dropped
hours and hours, like side quests and all this stuff, exploration,
yeah.
all that thing. And then I kind of just put the game down. Came back like 2 years later, and be like, oh, I got this game.
nice.
Right where I left it. Right where I left it.
You know what's crazy though? They updated it recently.
The Witcher?
Yeah, like there's a brand new update. Looks like it's with like next generation like graphics and everything.
Oh, for like
that's
the
actually
PS5.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
Sweet.
It must look beautiful.
and it's like
That game's
completely
awesome.
free too. So all of you
Oh,
got
nice.
got like a brand new game.
Interesting.
I'm down for a little graphics refresh.
Yeah, man.
When was
But
the
yeah,
last
that,
time?
anyway, I didn't really do much during spring break.
The overall
Nah,
theme is
dude.
we were like, well, we're all like had a moment of rest, and then we're back to it. That's basically
Yeah,
the whole theme
exactly.
so far.
I worked 9.5
Just
hour
worked,
days, except Monday that I went skiing.
Nice.
So-
How was it, by the way? It was like because this is your second ski
Oh,
trip. I
man,
think,
it was
this
incredible.
year, Yeah.
So it was the second day trip, but the third trip out to the
Right.
Poconos. So where we are in New Jersey is about an hour drive to Camelback Ski and Mountain Resort or whatever.
Yeah, I actually never been. Like I got to try skiing still.
The
at some point,
Poconos.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so they're up in the Poconos, and I happened to go right at the tail end of this snowstorm. The morning was sunny, and then as we rolled around to like 11 or noon, the top of the mountain started getting this nice overcast of cloud,
Gotcha.
and there was like this real thick fog that rolled in. So you would take the lift up to the top of the mountain, and you would just disappear into this fog.
Yeah.
And when you got up there, it was snowing at the top.
Oh,
It was the conditions were beautiful. There was actually snow on the ground for the first time in the Poconos, probably this season, because I think they've had 20 inches of snowfall the entire season. There was no ice on any of the trails. The previous trip I took, I was on Blue, which is like intermediate trails, and Walker, our shop manager, convinced me to go on to the Double Black Diamond.
How did that
And-
go
Is
for
that-
you?
Wait, was that like higher?
That's
like,
the
like the
most-
hardest.
Is that the hardest?
Is that the most difficult?
There is a warning sign at the top of the trail and says expert only.
That was like, I got this.
Yeah.
Walker
Yeah.
and we're like, I got this.
Walker looked at me and said, "You got it."
Sounds like Walker.
let-
You got it.
I looked over. I swear to God, it was maybe as like wide as this room was, like laterally in the X, and was probably 200 feet down. So the slope was
Yeah, double
absolutely
X's are-
incredible.
It was like the sign was like, "Beware, graves below."
You're about to be one of them. Like, yo.
Yo, you might like pass a dead body or something on the way, but just like don't mind that. I just jumped into it. There was snow there, so there was enough like to actually stop you. Because on ice, there's nothing to build friction under your skis. Because I ski, I don't board. The first time I just took it real easy, and it was a ton of fun. So the second time I wailed.
This time you're like, I got this. This time you're like, I got
Oh,
this.
I know what this is about. This is easy enough.
Yeah.
My skis went 20 feet in the air. I landed on my back, going head first down the slope, and I'm just looking into the sky like, oh, this is how it ends.
And he tumbles through. He's like, what a beautiful day. What a beautiful
God,
day.
is that you?
You slid on your back all the way down.
Not all the way down because it came into a curve with kind of like a berm,
Uh-huh.
but I slid for maybe 150 feet. I fell off maybe like 30 feet into the slope.
Jeez.
I just went for it.
Bro.
It
So you
was
didn't
an
get
incredible
this. You
time.
didn't got it.
Yeah, and then I went a couple more times,
go.
and that was by the end of the day, so my legs were roasting.
Damn.
Oh my God, I was on fire, my quads. And then I drove everybody home, too. It was a nice time, though.
Nice.
awesome.
Always great to get together with a small
It
group.
looks like it was perfect weather for you then. Like, so you closed out. Is this season closing out for winter technically or not?
Yes.
But let's say if it did, like, it would be a nice way to close it out then, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
it was
'cause,
the
great
best
weather
way
and
to
everything.
close it out.
Nice.
Camelback, in particular, is open until the end of the first week of April.
Oh, well.
So they're open for
Not that much
another,
longer.
really like a couple of days.
Yeah, it's
like a
really not
week
much
and a
longer at
half.
this point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could get out there, but it's probably going to be fake snow, and it's
Yeah.
always.
I mean, like, if
kinda,
you ended
like,
it that way with, like, you know, the fog thing you were just mentioning and stuff, I was like, no, leave it like that, bro. Leave it like
when
that.
you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to the top, and somebody goes. So across the top of the mountain is pretty flat because they go like real horizontal, and then there are like 8 different trails that you can go down, different shapes and different like shallow steepness. So I was tripping over that word. And somebody would start rolling down that. They would be going incredibly slow because it's not steep at all, and they would just disappear into the fog in seconds. And it was absolutely incredible to witness. It was like a murder scene.
It's like watching Silent Hill and
Exactly. That's what I meant. That was
VR
exactly what it
Silent
was. VR Silent. Yo, the graphics are incredible up here.
IRL.
Yo, high def.
What's it called in Minecraft when you like increase the graphics, that mod?
RTX.
Like
No.
RTX on?
No,
or
no,
like
no.
shaders?
Shaders.
Yeah.
They turn on their shaders in real life.
Yo, they got fancy clouds on.
Fancy clouds on. Oh man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, incredible start to the
Nice.
week.
Nice.
Definitely can't complain about that. New job is fun.
You started a new job this week?
Yeah, I'm operating CNC mills. So like I had mentioned briefly,
Yeah.
I'm in the milling department at a company that I will not disclose for NDA and privy reasons. They work with like biomedical equipment and things like that, and that's all IP. That's nothing that is owned by the company that I work for. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been running some shorter operations, some longer operations. I've worked with mostly like tool steels like 17.4 and a couple of other, heavy alloy steels. I've worked on titanium parts. I've been using soft jaws and parallels and modular fixturing, and I've been like kind of trying to interface with these machines, but they're different than what I'm used to. We use Haas here on campus, for example, so I'm fairly familiar with a Haas machine, but going over to these Okuma mills is a totally different beast. There are some things that are universal. I can operate it no problem, but I can't interface with everything as I probably should be able to. They also use some weirder technology than, I guess none of you guys have gotten CNC training here on campus, but they use some different techniques compared to how everything is done digitally here on campus. We use probing for all of our tools, all of our parts, all of our fixtures. Like everything is done very automated, and it's the most precise way to do it. Most precise. Let me put air quotes around it, because you can get that kind of precision with anything. But I jumped in there. I've been using calipers, micrometers, needle micrometers. I was taught how to use a comparator, which is a really cool piece of optical equipment to measure features on parts that you can't really do
I
other
think
way.
they went over
Yeah.
that a couple
It's
times.
Optical
the,
comparator.
It's familiar. So
It's like the projector thing.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Yeah.
2D?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep, it makes like a 2D facade of a shadow.
Yep.
Super cool equipment. Bunch of cool guys. They're all either Spanish speakers or Italian, but it's
Right
very
on.
largely, yeah.
It's an honorary Hispanic too. So it's all,
No,
it's all
absolutely. It's all just like Latinos and Italians, and it's always a bunch of ball busting and people making fun of each other and saying stupid stuff.
Baja.
the most fun work environment possible.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, literally.
And I don't want to say anything in particular that they say off of the podcast. I'll mention
I
a
don't
couple of the
think-
funny ones.
I don't think you should.
I don't think he can say
probably
anything.
shouldn't.
No, do not.
But it's a great environment. They're paying me to be an operator. It's not like it's bad pay. And I'm being able to like kind of flex some skills that will definitely help me get into some of the industries that I'm interested in, despite being a physics student, So I'm really thankful that they kind of let me work, even though I don't necessarily have the relevant experience or knowledge that, they could at least quantify. I don't have any real professional
On paper,
experience in this
probably.
field. Right. I don't have the education in this field.
But I think you definitely got the experience for it.
I
mean, you say you're familiar
Through
with this
Baja.
stuff, so it definitely counts. I think. You know,
Yeah.
High key Baja carries, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's exactly. I mean,
Abs-
like you just said, you're like we haven't had CNC training, but you did. And so I think 22, like last year you did as well. So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, got some
But-
experience, bro. Yeah.
even going into the
Yeah.
interview, and they pulled out a technical drawing, and they were like, we're gonna ask you a couple of technical questions.
Like a shop drawing, right? Like they're just gonna ask you something about it. Yeah.
And they just pointed to it and they said, can you give me the overall length with the tolerance? It was, 8 inches overall length, right? It's the top dimension over this little weird rectangular part with a couple of features, and there was no tolerance listed. So we are all familiar from Baja. You go down to the bottom. You pointed right. That's exactly what I did. I said, well, you look down here. And older Italian guy goes, oh, he knows exactly
He knows
where to
exactly
look.
what he's doing.
Exactly. And so it was like 7,995 to 7 and 5 thou or whatever it was, and they were like, "Oh, what the fuck, we're good."
You got the job.
The fact that that's
you
the
want a tour?
question.
I was like, "Yeah, sure."
That's literally what happened with my job too, because like it's AutoCAD and a shop drawing thing. So it's like
Yeah.
they're asking me like, do you know anything about shop drawing? So like I'm not super familiar, but I know some stuff already. And I remember like whenever I went over some of the drawings I'd first make, like I was always asking, I was always ahead of them. Like they'd be like, can you do this? And I'd be like, but I can do that. But I could also do this. Like I could have so much other stuff. And they're like, oh well, good, not bad, go for it. And I was like, well, good stuff. Like, and I think it's been pretty great because they were totally expecting like way less. Like they were just probably expecting me to just do a couple dimensions. That's it. Like not even asking about like in a little prover box or like little tolerances listed, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could do it though. I mean, so they're like, oh, perfect, you can run with it. Like I picked up
That's
AutoCAD way
great.
quicker than they were expecting to, because it's just CAD software. We're all familiar with
Yeah.
it. So
Parametric
transfer's over.
modeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
transfer's over. So it's like not really a big problem. So yeah, like we're both doing pretty good at the job, bro. So it's doing great.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Baja carries. Baja carries.
Baja
literally.
carries.
They're like, you know what you're doing, bro. They don't even check on what I'm doing anymore. They just give me a sample. Can you replicate an AutoCAD? Like, oh, God, I got it.
Baja definitely makes a difference.
Definitely.
You mentioned that.
You guys, physics, right? What's your major?
Emmy. Yeah.
ME, right? Like the difference between an ME student at NJIT and an ME student that's gone through Baja, like, is like,
Leagues.
dude, like,
And
Night
that goes
and
for
day
any
difference.
school.
Night and day
I don't
difference.
care
any
what
school,
school
exactly,
you go to.
Exactly. Like, it's insane. Like, if you've been a part of a technical club and you applied everything you've learned, like, the level, it's not even like some more theoretical stuff that you just kind of practice more, but the common sense as an engineer is just like,
Common sense isn't common,
It just-
bro.
it
It's
just-
just
it's
how it
just
is. You learn
so
this
much
stuff.
higher. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, the difference between me now as an engineer and me in December as an engineer are drastically different. Incredibly different. You mentioned this a while back. We were talking about your job over the summer, and you were like, you know a lot more than you think. And we don't see that because we're like, damn.
Yeah, because
'Cause
we're
all
among
good at this
ourselves,
stuff,
right?
so we're all
So we're
like,
like, oh
damn.
shoot, like, I don't know. You might think even Matt or Joel, like, they know way more stuff because they're design leads and stuff, and for sure they do. But the difference between you and another ME student, like, is like
Leagues.
you're still 10 times better.
Us on the Baja team the differences between us are very, very narrow. We are really only there to get a fresh perspective because no one set of hands or set of eyes will do anything perfect. You know what I mean? We might like know some things better or know other things better, but it really is about having like just multiple point of views, different perspectives, and any of us are way above regular students, even if they have a great GPA, who don't have research or don't have those opportunities.
So again,
Yeah.
as much as we complain about it, it's been good for
Yeah.
us. As much as we
Yeah.
complain about it, it's been good.
No, and we
Yeah,
all still
exactly,
come,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Still
at the
here,
end of
still
the day,
come
we
every
do
single-
still come.
Yeah.
We could
I
just
was here on
stop.
Saturday on spring break for some reason. I was still
Yeah.
here. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry I bailed on the spring break meetings.
Terrible. Nah, you're
Don't
good.
worry
It's all
about it.
good.
There wasn't a meeting on Wednesday. I thought there was. I was gonna
No.
come, and then I was like, oh, no meeting. I was like, oh man,
Yeah, no.
what am I gonna do now?
What am I gonna Oh, do? no.
Wednesday
What
afternoon.
am I gonna do from 2:30 to onwards? just keep going the whole day.
Wednesday meeting did not happen.
Yeah.
So we have spent 35 minutes talking about nonsense.
Hey. We spent 35 minutes talking about school.
I think it's
About
been school.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
What we
topics.
did not do during
True.
spring break. Come
True.
on, come on.
Yeah. No, I can appreciate everything that we've talked about.
Yeah,
I kind of
it's the life update, you know.
Yeah,
you gotta check in, you know.
Check
Make
in
sure
with-
everyone's
check in
everyone's
with-
doing all
check in
right.
with-
Exactly.
How y'all doing?
So, Shawn, what do you do for work? I don't actually think I know this question. Did you get that
Um,
job that you spoke to me you were interviewing for?
Yeah. So
Oh, nice.
I got like a small job, small internship, at, like a local. They're a job shop, so they're welders, and so the job I interviewed for was an AutoCAD, like a CAD draftsman person.
Gotcha.
They wanted me to man some CNC like hole punching thing. I was like, all right, bet I can do that. I interviewed, and then they're like, "You want to come work for us for like during the semester? I want to offer you like an internship." It's like, all right, sure. I was looking for a job like at the makerspace or something, and then I got a job, and then they're like, we'll probably offer you like a full time after graduation as well. So I was
That's
like,
solid.
bet
That's
I got everything I wanted out of like one job. So
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
How are they treating you over there? Decent pay
they're
or cool
really
people?
nice.
Nice.
The owner
Like
is
the
like
work?
78.
Nice.
He's there every day. Comes and talks to me. Make sure I'm like I'm
You got
doing
everything you
like
need
everything
and
I need.
taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
shit.
And they're like super chill. I asked them like, is there like some sort of like punch in, punch out thing? And they're like, no, it's like an honors based system. And they're like,
Oh, it's
I
over
show
here
up to
in my
work on
company.
time.
It's just
I don't slack off, but that
Give me
whole
that
work
shot.
thing is pretty. It's actually
That's sweet.
it's a nice
Look at us.
experience. So it's
Look
pretty
at
cool.
us.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Moving up in the world.
We're doing great.
Well, like you guys work with tradesmen, right?
Yeah,
Like
basically,
welders or
yeah,
fabricators.
Yeah, plasma cutters in the shop. They got some welders.
Right.
Press brakes. Yeah, so like a bunch of
Yeah.
They are just chilled people.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely. Whenever they come to the shop, like we just like enjoy talking with them too. Like they're great dudes. Like they're easy to get along with. Just like
Oh,
you said,
yeah.
easy to get along with.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
very easy.
The foreman at my job, he's a Puerto Rican guy. Every time he sees me,
Freaking
he walks
Rican.
into the office. He's like, "Good morning, Shawn," and it's like 4:00 in the evening. I'm like, "All right."
I guess so. I guess so. Whatever you say, pal.
Buenos dias, Shawn.
He's a hilarious
Crazy
guy.
eyes.
His name's Benny. Great guy.
Benny. Benito.
Oh, not Benito. Oh man. Oh,
That's
Lord.
awesome, dude. Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. I'm
So
really
you've-
happy with that.
You've been with them for a little while.
Yeah, I started like February 21st or something. So I've been with like
so
quite
quite
a
a
month.
month
Yeah.
now. Nice.
Also,
are
back
you
to the-
staying with them after you graduate?
I'm
At
gonna
least
have to see,
considering it,
but
man.
like it's at least it's an offer. So
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
they're really nice people too. So I would think about it, but
No,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, an offer's an offer too.
yeah.
Exactly.
Even if it's a loose offer, they haven't written up any paperwork, they don't want you to sign yet. Like it's
yeah.
they're still interested.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice to have something planned.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
Even if you end up doing whatever you're doing for the same pay or whatever, you just do it for 40 hours a week until you find something. You can relax a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Mhm.
Because that's what everybody sweats about, right?
Yeah, it's comforting to like have like the job or like have something to go on with. So like
Exactly.
yeah, definitely comforting to just be able to start with something. You got some experience going as well, and you have some jobs listed on your resume too. Like it's kind of like weight off your shoulders when you finally get a job or an internship or something.
Yeah, literally. I was for the longest time. I had like
I think we
KFC
had
listed
like
on
dinner
my
one day, and I was like, bro,
on
Shawn,
my
you're worried
resume.
a lot about this. You're like, I haven't gotten this yet, and then here we are.
Yeah, now I
you
can
were
take
just
that
saying
off.
you had KFC on your resume and that you didn't like that?
I was like, "There's nothing here other than Baja that's like related to
Your
But
major-
Baja carries, bro.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Baja carries.
At least you
Exactly.
had something. I had tutoring from 2018. That was the only thing on my resume.
Damn.
Damn.
Because I never had an official job before, so all I
Oh.
had to put was my like volunteering experience.
Gotcha.
It was rough.
Me as a classic Latino had a bunch of construction jobs after my first job as a lifeguard.
Construction, landscaping,
Yo, it was like
construction.
literally lifeguard, and
Lifeguard.
construction.
Nice.
This one. That's literally what it was. And I was like, damn, if you like that.
Yo, cut this.
Just a little like, yeah,
This man put it on his resume.
take it easy, brother. No, but for real, yeah.
He's like, yeah, no, for real.
No, yeah, literally.
That might be inappropriate to talk about.
Um,
We went to Home Depot today.
oh,
Okay. I like this.
he already starts
Where's
great.
this going?
It already starts brilliant, yeah.
Completely side note, we went to Home Depot today. It's been a very long time since I've been to a Home Depot. I know so much more now about Home Depot than I did the last time I went because of the experience we've gained.
Interesting. Just like using tools and being
Yeah,
around
I
hardware.
see stuff.
You recognize stuff now. You're
I
like,
see.
"Yo."
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I know what that is. Before, as a kid, you pick it up and was like, what the?
Yeah, as a kid, you're like, oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
when you're
just-
older, like, I actually know what that does
You're just
now.
bored with your dad. You're like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here, bro. Now you don't know how to be like, oh, it's like a candy store.
Yeah,
For real. That's how
You
you know
see-
you're growing.
Oh,
up
I can
now.
build
Home
so
Depot
many
is a candy
things.
store.
It's like those reels, like, you know, you become your dad, yeah.
Yeah,
Go to
bro.
Home Depot, you're like, ah.
The
You're
moment
like,
you
oh,
look
that
out
tool
the
set.
window,
No, but for real though, yeah, that's the moment you know you're growing up. Oh, remember when we like mentioning that like the first time you buy your own vapor rub is the time you grow up?
Oh, this is a very Latino thing.
Yeah, vapor rub.
The first time you buy Vaporub, which is like an ointment that Latinos use,
Yeah,
that's how you know you're an adult. Because when you're younger, it's just in your house.
it's in your house. Like your parents just have it.
And it's the one they've had since like
been there
1900s.
forever. Yeah.
It's
The 1900s.
A slight exaggeration, but yes. But yes.
Exactly.
because like the box is like it's dust, and then the can
No, I
isn't
know
even like a
exactly what you
twist
mean.
top. It's like a can, and then you're in college and you're like, damn.
Bro, 'cause
I have
we were
no
there and I'm
Vaporub.
like, because we both were like, wait, we've never bought one. Literally, we never been to a store to buy one.
I didn't know where to go to get one. I just went to ShopRite and hoped.
Was it there?
Yes,
It was there. It was
it
there,
comes
bro.
in like a box, like a little box, like yay big, like that,
Right.
and you can just buy it. And I was just
Who would have guessed?
I remember you mentioned it. I was like, damn, I never like actually bought a vapor rub. So it's like,
yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
funny.
pass that down to my kids one day. Don't worry about it.
Man. Yeah. Feel like the day you buy it on yourself, and the day
Crazy.
you grow up. But literally,
How
that
do
was funny.
so? As I'm gonna mention it again. Shut up. My birthday passed.
Right.
I am
Happy
now
belated
22.
birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Old man.
How? What do you think makes you an adult? I'm 22. If I see a high schooler now,
Well, like today with
It's
East Stem,
complete-
those young
yeah,
kids, it
those
was like,
kids-
Jesus Christ, they're so far removed from where we are right now.
unfathomable.
It's like-
Stop using words. You cannot think about yourself at that point anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
What do y'all think is the difference for you, at least, between the person you are now and high school?
Damn, that's like super heavy question, bro.
I mean,
Depression.
Nah, once you start worrying about
I can't say
bills,
that, bro.
I,
We
yeah,
got
yeah,
the
I,
movie.
I think the difference is like once you start paying your own bills,
Yeah.
and like worrying about like
Ooh.
where you're gonna sleep the next day. Kind of thing.
when you start
That's why-
money managing,
Bless
Yeah.
you.
that's like
Yeah, it's
But like I
probably-
think
Thank you.
a lot of families like teach their kids to money manage and help inside the house.
Mm.
But I think it's when you're actually worried on your own. like,
Yeah.
how am I gonna pay this bill? Kind of thing. That's
Probably you're a
that's
full adult, I guess. But
I
like, you
feel
know, there's
like-
a whole transitionary thing like beforehand where you're learning how to money manage. You're learning how to like be responsible and all that stuff. But yeah, I guess like officially.
yeah. But I mean,
that,
adults'
yeah.
responsibility. I mean,
No, there's
No, I
I
don't think-
smack from time to time.
Yeah, time to time. but,
like I had a doctor's. So I mean, what do you
Scheduling doctor's
when you go,
appointments.
when you go to the doctor once you become an adult,
I went to
right?
the doctor the first time.
Dude,
in a
that
long
was a
time. I like,
struggle.
wow.
So since I went to the doctor's right before spring break,
Mm.
I hadn't gone to the doctor for like the last 2 years or something. Like, I was like, I should go to the
You
doctor.
had to like call your insurance company,
Yeah.
find a local provider that takes your
Mhm.
insurance. You had to call and make sure they're taking new patients. You had to give them all this information. You had to call your pediatrician and get information from them, right?
Exactly,
It's
and
a
then they want to
process.
know
What
like
time, bro?
what
What
vaccine
time?
do you take, and you're like, I have a
Like-
vaccine card. like,
I took
I
it
don't
what as a
know.
kid. I don't know.
I took the ones I had to take.
I hope.
I've said that to doctors.
Like, I hope my parents took me to the doctor.
You're like, well, the ones I took are the ones I took, man. Which ones? I don't know.
Ask my mom, bro. I don't know what's
It's like,
going.
yo, let me call my dad. Yo, do I have this vaccine?
It's a
man?
process, bro. It's a process.
Literally, it's like
And then I
that.
mean, the next steps are like taxes and like
Ugh.
when you apply for rent, right? Like
Taxes.
when you have your parent sign as a co-sign or whatever, or I don't even know what the term is.
Just go sign it.
Yeah,
co-sign,
right?
co-sign.
Then I guess you're still not an adult, but once you become like, damn, do I have enough good credit score to rent an apartment?
The moment you start
Credit
worrying
score?
about credit
I
score,
think
it's like,
credit
oh,
score
it's
is a good
over.
one.
I think that's like
Yeah.
that's like another turning point right there. It's like
Mm.
taxes and like credit score, I guess. Yeah.
I have some friends from high school who are like pregnant now, and I'm like, that's a thing you can do.
Happened a couple of years ago.
I
I was like,
mean-
they're already going there? Damn.
I mean, you can do that. What were you
No,
thinking?
no, but like,
Bro never
like,
had that talk with his parents. He's like, where do they come from? I don't know.
Dad.
Skip that.
birds and the bees. Nah,
He was like, Justin, you didn't know about that. No, it's all right.
but like
We need to-
realistically,
we need to protect
imagine
this kid.
imagine someone right now getting pregnant. It would be odd
It still
to
would.
think
It still
about.
would.
It's
yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
I think for us in college, it's a little weird, right? Because you still feel like you're in school.
But
right?
it's reasonable.
yeah,
that's
it
the
is
thing.
reasonable.
Exactly.
But like, what if we came back? I don't know, like 2 months from now, you find out that I don't know, Jeremy's gonna be a dad.
Like that's cool.
Damn,
That's
jinxed
some
it.
girlfriend.
He jinxed it.
Insane.
Yo, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, yo, Matt.
All right,
See if
Matt's
he's
gonna be a
gonna
dad. Matt's
He's
got
the
like
father.
2 kids already.
Damn, exposed him. Crazy.
No, Matt. You remember the It was I think Christian Brothers. One of the guys. I think it was the chassis lead.
Yeah.
He was married, and we were like, "Oh, you're married?
You can
Wait,
do that?
really?"
You can do.
Yeah, so
like he's like
at,
almost my age. Like
at our Tennessee competition,
Mhm.
there was a school, the Christian Brothers University. I am totally blanking on where they were from.
I think it's one of the like
Well, only you
central
two know,
states.
because, okay.
Probably
Yeah,
Midwest.
Yeah, you know,
Utah.
kind of like the Tex-Mex area, not west, like the Tex-Mex area, somewhere over there, like the Oklahoma, the
Yeah.
like Arkansas or whatever, right? I think Arkansas is the right state that I'm thinking about. I don't know, somewhere in the South.
Mhm.
One of those young men who I think was 21 years old, mind you, he looked like a grown-ass man
Yeah.
Yeah.
by
That's fine.
almost every definition. He had a ring on his finger, and somebody on our team thought that this guy was attractive, and so somebody like kind of poked a little bit, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm married," and that was just a really weird thing to hear from
Damn.
people
Yeah.
up here. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
where
for
marriage, I don't even think is in most of our like
Oh no.
Cards.
like next 5 years. Think about like next 10 years. Is that really something?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like honestly. So like, graduating now, I still don't see in the next 5 years like getting married at all. 10, I mean, that's 32. I guess by then, you know,
Like, once you feel
be at
established
least
at
in
the
the
job.
At least a
works,
steady
right?
relationship
Yeah,
by
yeah.
then, right?
But like within the 5 years, no way, bro. Like,
How long would y'all take to propose to someone? There's people that take like 6 months, and there's people who have been together for years.
Damn it.
It depends.
Mm.
If I was in a relationship now, like in college, it would have to take years.
Mm.
But I think that if you find somebody, or if you're friends with somebody, and then it kind of works into a relationship, and you guys move in together before getting married, because that's like a weird nuance. Some people don't move in
Mhm.
together until after they're married.
Again, all depends on people.
Right,
Who are
cultural
there, so it
backgrounds,
depends,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all depends.
If you guys live together for multiple months and there are little to no problems, I think that that's a good indicator.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I think you should live together if there's no like.
If both parties agree, obviously.
Yeah.
If you guys are both good with doing it, well, then,
Yeah.
You should definitely live
Exactly.
together before you get married. I agree with that.
for sure.
I think definitely it's a depends thing, because like you just don't know how you're gonna feel about someone until you do. So it's
Mhm.
like.
But I
yeah.
wouldn't
right.
jump into living together in a relationship though. I would
Mm.
like probably take it for a few months, just like
She stays the night
Yeah,
for like 2 days out
yeah,
the week.
yeah. Like don't bring her in 100% because I think that might rush things a little too
Mm.
much, and it
I think that there's a responsible and an irresponsible way to do it.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
live on my own and I have a mortgage and you want to come in and we can write up some sort of contract that if you're paying for half of the mortgage payments, that you have right to whatever equity you put into the home, so that if it does work out, then great. You know, we don't need to worry about it.
Mhm.
But if it doesn't work out, you still, you know, are worth what you're worth monetarily,
Mhm.
and you can't impede on anything that I own. You know what I mean?
yeah for sure.
I mean, I completely
And
agree with that. But
Vice versa too. Like if she owns the
Yeah.
place, I'm
Oh,
not
of
saying,
course.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like what I'm imagining is Matt on the first date. He's just like,
I have
all
this
right,
contract.
I got this.
sign right here.
It's literally a meme.
Another
That's like,
line
I have this
right
list here. This checklist.
Before we start anything.
does have a checklist. Oh no. We got him.
Guys, it's more of a questionnaire.
We got him, boys. We
My
got
man has a Google Forms.
him. No,
Scan this QR code.
QR
for me,
code.
okay?
QR code. Oh,
Go on a
man.
blind date, just have your QR code with you.
On the
Like,
t-shirt.
Wait, she's
Yeah.
blind?
Hey, yo.
That was the first question. Clearly she didn't read it.
Oh,
That made me laugh so much because I've been reading this. It's almost a novelette. It's a book about.
Is it in Braille?
Brother.
It's about this autistic college professor, and it's written from his point of view in trying to find, as he puts it, a mate. And he puts together like a 400 question.
400-page questionnaire.
No,
No,
a
400
400 question interview booklet for blind dates, speed dating, all of these different ways that he's trying to like find a mate and like trying to go out. Exactly, and
It's the
like
engineer's handbook.
right, and he doesn't. He doesn't see it as like something weird because he's not entirely aware of his social flaws, and they never like address it directly in the novel. But you are completely aware as the reader, and it's an incredible read. It's called The Rosie Project.
Do you get all 400 questions?
No, I don't think you do.
Just say it's 400?
I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious what his questions are.
He discusses the first dozen or so. I think the number one question is, do you smoke? The first question.
That is-
he says, smoking is a health thing. I cannot live with a smoker. It's irresponsible. That's the first question.
Yeah, that is about it. There are hard limits that people have that I
Yeah.
don't think they should change for others for.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't think you should have too many hard limits.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But there are definitely some things that are just indicators of incompatibility.
Speaking of
Incompatibility.
limits or like, what's the word? Red flags. I saw a TikTok the other day. We're getting into that territory. I saw a TikTok the other day. This woman was like, she doesn't want to be with a younger man that spends too much time with her, or at least takes time out of his schedule to be with her. Yeah, yeah, verbatim what she said.
Interesting.
She's a little confused what a relationship is. Like,
We're slowly turning into one of those podcasts, but
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro.
but
Yo, can you put up the reel next to the video, like just so it compares?
but it's crazy.
9/11 was an inside job. Area 51.
He's still going.
But that's just to say
Sleepy
that
Joe.
there are things
turning-
that you should just like. There's things you should just not be hard stuck with.
For sure.
There are personal morals and things that you should definitely. This is how I am. Yeah.
Certain values.
Yeah.
One of those include whether or not you want to have kids.
Oh, of course.
I think if your partner does not want to have kids, y'all should not be together.
I mean, it's a
For sure.
big life decision. Like,
Yes.
so you guys better be on the same page.
And you
about it,
want
you
them
know?
to.
Mhm.
Like,
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Oh, the children?
Yeah,
Okay, well, why not?
I think that being in a relationship doesn't have to be dependent on offspring. And yes, I say it
sorry,
kinda
I wasn't
funny,
laughing.
right?
Girl,
I wasn't reacting to that.
I even know like religious individuals who procreation to whom procreation is a big deal, and that isn't necessarily a requirement. It is an interest. It is usually a goal, but it is not necessarily something
Like a deal
that they
breaker,
require of their partner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think
Like there are people worth
Either way,
pushing
you guys do
boundaries.
guys
No, of
talk
course,
about
of
it.
course,
You
but I don't
guys
think-
both
I don't think-
stand, obviously.
I don't think the issue is like with the person being okay. I want to have kids. It's usually when the person says, "I'm never gonna have kids." I think that's the deal breaker. It's like the person that's saying no isn't being as flexible as you are, kind of thing. So like,
So it's like
it's not that
like
I'm
a
saying that I
hard
want to
stop.
have
Oh
kids,
my
but
God,
like,
kids.
why are you being like why does it have to be such a
It's not as easy as like I like sleeping on the left side of the bed.
Yeah.
This is a whole
That's a
person.
major other thing. Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
But I see where you're coming from. You're bringing up very good points.
Yeah, I think that for some people it certainly will be a deal breaker. But honestly, from like a younger standpoint, that feels like a bigger deal breaker than from my experience it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's right.
I would like to have kids one day.
Oh yeah.
don't
I
know.
would like to see your kids. That would be amazing.
He just see the kids.
The Godfather.
Matt, the godfather of my kids. Oh yeah.
Yo, that's gotta be. Bro,
I'd grow the mustache and I'd like put on a suit and take another picture and put like the Godfather over it.
Godfather.
They're gonna get a laser grade one of those for you to put on your little keychain, right? Like he's also the Godfather.
The Godfather.
So it's acting like Martha.
You gotta get the one Baja guy that doesn't have any kids to be the Godfather for everyone's kids.
Yeah, the uncle.
Yo, for real.
You're the crazy uncle.
Big uncle.
Deal.
Yo. Oh man.
Dio Loco.
You gotta have one of those.
Oh, always.
You gotta have one of those. Yeah.
This was going somewhere. I forgot where we started.
Relationships. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
You would
that's
like to
like
have
what-
children.
Yeah, but that was the end of it.
No,
How
the
did we
first
start?
thing was the girl that didn't want to
The
be
TikTok
clingy
you
with the
brought up.
guy.
Was it TikTok that started this conversation?
I guess so.
That
He mentioned
one,
something
yeah.
about a TikTok,
Yeah.
and I think that's how we got
Um,
here.
We were talking about deal breakers and relationships.
We're in that zone.
Getting married being a weird
There
thing
we
in
go.
our age.
Getting married.
Yes.
Being
That's how it
adults
started.
at our age.
Being
That's
an
what
adult.
it is.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
There's
was.
transition adults, and then
I-
everything else.
I have to say to that point, by like most definitions, I feel like I land in kind of a gray area.
For adult?
Yeah, for like adulthood.
Mm.
Like I don't know. I don't like feel like an adult on the inside, but then other days I also don't like feel like a kid on the inside.
I think we're definitely all in a transitionary stage. Maybe
Yeah.
some more than others, definitely for sure. But like,
Mhm.
I feel like too sometimes I'm like, damn, like I'm 22, like I'm about to become an adult already, like a couple years away from like the mid 20s. You know, like
22,
yeah.
22.
almost 23,
Yeah.
22 now, 22.
22. Yeah.
I'm not even 21.
And
I definitely
you're,
think you're more mature.
I
in
would
your
say
age.
you're at a farther point than I am as an adult.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of the weird part about it, right? Because I don't think I have more progress towards my degree than you. You've been living on campus and on your own for longer than I have. The only difference is that I have a car. You know, like I was mobile since I was 16 or 17 or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's weird.
it's just the way you experience life. Like we both, I don't know if you probably have a similar experience. Latino parents are very protective, and they kind of want you to be home more often than not.
Yeah.
Mostly for your safety, which is understandable and valid.
Yeah.
But there comes a certain point, like we mentioned earlier, my resume was barren. It was empty because I couldn't get a job. She wanted me to focus on school and things like that, which again, I respect and I understand.
Fair, we always got, they did the best they can. So, you can never do
But
that.
when it comes to getting a job at this point, I don't even have KFC on my resume. So it's like they're gonna look at it and be like, this kid
Oh.
tutored in 2018. I think he's pretty good.
They're like, so what's up? What else happened, man?
So
Yeah.
like to that degree, it's I feel like you're more an adult in terms of experiencing adulthood. But you're right, we're all in transitional
No,
periods.
that's definitely what it is. Like,
Yeah.
in just like different points, because like you had less work experience, but you're a little bit older, and like he's had plenty of work experience. So it's like just a little different factors just make you feel like we're all like probably all roughly in the same place. Because like I think I was a little bit lucky that my parents did let me kind of do a little bit more. Like they kind of didn't really hold on to me like that tightly. As like I just said, I had a bunch of jobs already, did a bunch of stuff. But yeah, like especially with my sister, obviously, like, they really strict my sister. But just how it is, like
Having a sister definitely takes the
and
pressure
even I
off
was
you,
like,
right?
even I think I'm strict on her.
Yeah,
anyway,
you
like,
got lucky.
So just how it is.
Well, not
You
that you got
strict on
lucky,
too?
but
Yeah. What's up?
You're strict with your sister too?
No, yeah, I think I'm a little too strict on
The
sometimes too.
protective
This is the whole
older
older brother
brother.
thing. But yeah, but either way, like you still
Older
work out. You're here
I'm the
now.
youngest.
You're the youngest. I didn't know that
Yeah,
actually.
same.
I'm the youngest and the only boy.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
interesting.
that I did not know.
Because like I'm the older brother, younger sister. It's a pretty typical thing. You're not the youngest one.
I'm the youngest
You're the
of four
youngest one.
boys.
youngest of four boys.
Wow.
I have
You're the
4
youngest
boys.
of all- Damn.
Yeah, I have 2 twin sisters.
Damn. Okay.
Twin
That's
sisters.
crazy.
Fraternal
I
twins,
didn't think
yeah.
you were. I didn't think you were the youngest.
Hey,
Like,
how old are they?
I feel like you're the youngest one. or
20.
something.
The
Six.
2 sisters aren't your twins, making you guys triplets. That's why I said twins.
Yeah, I have 2 fraternal twin sisters.
Yeah, that's my bad.
We're at 26.
My bad, bro.
Terrible. I have 2 fraternal twin sisters who are 26, and I am the youngest and only boy in the family.
Damn. Yeah, it's probably just
crazy.
different dynamic.
That's crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
you're the youngest, so
it's-
probably that's why they were like that. But yeah, it's funny.
God bless.
Yeah.
Family dynamics are so interesting.
No, for real, exactly. Yeah, like I didn't think you're the youngest, for example. Like I don't know, like, you didn't give me like the youngest child in your for some reason. I don't know.
It makes sense. I don't know how to explain it, but it's mostly because I did things on my own for a majority of the time, so it feels different.
Yeah, I'm the oldest of 5, so
No
I've
way.
yeah. So
Wow.
literally, people come up to be like, "Are you like the younger brother or someone?" Like, no, man, I'm the first. I'm
actually the eldest.
I'm the
Fresh out, yo.
That was the first
like if
one.
you've met anyone from my family, it'd be me. Like first, like like my youngest sister, she's 5, so that's
Oh
like
my
15-year
God.
difference between me and my youngest
bless.
sister. So
Yeah.
like I'll be like 40, and she'll be like getting out of high school.
Dude, my dad.
Like that's
nutty.
I think about that like once or like
See,
once a
whenever you
week.
hear of
I'm
an
like,
age gap
damn.
that
I
far-
think
My
you-
dad had 5 kids, right?
Okay.
I was the youngest until like maybe 8 years ago. My oldest brother is like 38. My youngest brother is like 7.
Wow.
You got like a big
Yeah.
dish on both sides.
Yeah.
bro.
Wait, your youngest brother's 7.
Yeah, like he's like 7 or 8, something like that. Yeah.
And his oldest is
And my
30.
older brother, my oldest brother is like 38.
Your older brother has a whole family made.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a whole
Gotta be
family. He's
40,
like
dude.
hiring
He's
people
an
in
adult
Baja.
and everything.
I have an interview with your brother.
I
Is that
know,
him?
I know. Yeah.
Oh,
Bro,
great.
yes.
Okay, I should probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brian should probably like cue him in for like some how he was growing up. Some.
Him how he, so here's the thing. So my dad had kids in different marriages.
Oh,
So
Of course.
it was kind of
They're just
No,
straight
no.
age
In that
couples.
age gap,
No,
that's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
That's fair.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
That's
yeah,
fair,
it's
that's fair.
they're
A woman would go through menopause in 25 years. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
for-
But like, all right. So I mean, the first 2 brothers, my oldest 2 brothers, same mom. And then the next 2 was me and my other brother, and then the youngest one was some other.
Your dad had all boys.
All boys.
Interesting.
All 5 boys.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah, seriously.
Crazy. So yeah, so I didn't get to live with like all of them at the same time, like in the same household kind of thing. We kind of grew up in different households, and up until I was 10, I lived with my brother, same mom, and then I moved just with my mom to another place. It was just my parents split. Then I was like an only child for like maybe like 5 or 6 years. So I got to experience that like brotherly kind of like environment, like because I did have my brothers living like my neighbors essentially, so like we kind of like hung out at each other's
That's
houses,
cool.
so it was pretty cool. And at that point my oldest brother was already like in his own house, so like we would just go to his place, like play
Yeah.
video games. We
Play
were like
video
playing
games.
Black Ops or what was it, Modern Warfare 2, I think
Like
at the
on
time?
your brother's TV,
yeah,
on
yeah,
his
all
couch,
3 of us,
in
and there's
his
like
living room.
four brothers. We had like played split screen, like
That's
like,
awesome,
on,
dude.
like,
That
so,
sounds
like
awesome,
it's
man.
on Rust or whatever the heck. It was
Oh.
great times.
Well, fellas, that is going to wrap it up for us
Yeah,
tonight.
wow.
We did not touch a single talking point, and I think that is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
That's what makes a good podcast.
Yeah.
Really
Absolutely.
didn't say any of it.
Well,
Wow.
thank you guys for joining
Yeah, of
me.
course.
It has
you
been
for
a
having
pleasure. I hope you guys had a good time, like I always do.
Yeah, always, man.
Once again, a massive shout out to WJTB Radio.
WJTB.
Yo, all right, guys, clip that and
Wait, go again.
all right. Do they have numbers? They should have numbers. Do you know? Oh no,
no,
I'm,
it's WJTB Radio. Put your mics away.
Take one.
WJTB Radio.
Fire. That's it. One take.
One take wonder.
The one take wonder. The one stroke wonder. So
Shout out
thank
to
you.
everyone.
Shout out to WJTB Radio for having us. As always, it's a pleasure to be in the studio. It's a pleasure working with those guys. A massive shout out to NJIT and the Newark College of Engineering for supporting our Baja team. You could check us out on Instagram, I was going to say Facebook, but we ain't on that.
We do
Oh,
have
yeah.
Facebook.
We do
We have
we
one.
are
We
on
just don't
Facebook.
use it.
Allegedly, you can check
At
us out on
NJIT Racing
Facebook.
as well.
We should have
Everything's
everything
NJIT
except
Racing.
TikTok.
Damn.
We don't use all of it.
Yeah,
I thought we are on TikTok.
you're on TikTok.
We are.
We have videos up.
You can check us out on
Yeah.
all
Just
of
I
our
wasn't-
socials.
business when charged
You
at
can
that,
check
that's
us out as well on Spotify and iTunes if you're not listening on either of those platforms right now. The videos are also available on those platforms if I believe.
Yep.
Sean.
On YouTube, Spotify, there's video podcasts, so you can watch us there.
We should be under NJIT Racing on everything, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Sean, thank you for putting this together. Thank you for being the director.
Of course.
Quick reminder: we're gonna be at the auto show The next,
yes.
Next
Talk
2
about it.
weeks. Oh, I don't want.
You got 40 seconds.
This, bro.
No, what?
Just
What
say
do
the
you mean? Run it
dates.
down.
Say the dates. What days is the auto show?
Oh, it's the 7th, April 7th through the 16th.
Yeah, I
So
think it's
the
the whole
weekend
yeah.
of Easter to the next weekend. So we'll be there. We'll have our car out. We're gonna have our plane out there as well. So Flatlanders gonna be out there.
We need to have them on.
Yeah, we should get
wow.
Peter.
I just want to say
Mm.
Peter, bro. Get Peter up in here.
And yeah, so we'll be. I think it's from 10 to 8 in the afternoon. So or at
Javits
night.
Center, New York City.
Javits Center.
It's
Get your
the New
tickets.
York International Auto Show,
Yes.
hosted at the Javits Center in Manhattan. Come check us out. We'll be there with our car. Probably one, maybe two. Our SAE team will also be there.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what you were trying to say?
That's it. That's it.
All right.
Kind of left out some of the details.
That's good. It's good information.
Thank you guys for listening, and have
We'll
a good
see
one,
you
man.
next
Yeah.
Good to
Thank
see you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Stuff, boys.